Hey everyone, today's episode is going to be another quick and easy recipe that can be used as a side dish or as a main, and it can be served with any kind of main dish you'd like. It is veggie fried rice. The first thing you're going to want to do for this recipe is start 1.5 cups of brown rice and just cook it according to the package directions. As that's cooking, you can go ahead and cut up some vegetables. We've got 1 medium onion, 1 large bell pepper, any color, 2 Roma tomatoes or 1 large regular tomato, and 4 cloves of garlic. If you need instruction on that, just go ahead and check out my how-to videos. I show you how to dice all of those, and they're going to be a small dice, which is about 1/4 inch. So you need either a wok or a large pan. I wish I had a wok, that'd be so cool. But you're going to preheat it to a high heat, and we're going to stir fry our vegetables, starting with our onions and peppers. So put about a tablespoon of oil into your pan. And then we'll get these. Now stir frying is exactly what it sounds like. You have to have a high heat and you stir the whole time. That way it gets crisp, tender. It's nice and cooked, but it's still, when you bite it has a bite to it. And it's not just mushy. So high heat and stir these for about 2 to 3 minutes. So my onions have started to become a little translucent, so I know we're good to go. I have a 12-ounce package of carrots and corn, carrots and peas. I'm going to throw that in there. They're frozen, so I'm just going to stir these until they start to thaw. That, of course, drops my temperature down a bit, so it's going to take a little bit. We want to get that temperature back up. Okay, that only took about a minute. Now we're going to make a well in the middle of our pan by pushing all the vegetables up against the sides. So this is what our well looks like. If you need to, you can add a little bit of oil. I don't need to, so I'm going to throw in my garlic there and stir it a little bit here, just till it becomes fragrant. It only takes about 30 seconds. Okay, and then I'll stir it into the rest. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys, I am not very good at holding this in place while I stir. Alright, and then I'm going to add these other spices here. It is 2 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of smoked paprika, and a pinch of cayenne. Just going to kind of stir to incorporate that a little bit. And then I will add my cooked rice. Which now comes to about 3.5 cups, since when you cook it, it doubles. And my diced tomatoes. And we'll stir all that together. Now at any point, if you feel like you need to, you can add a little bit of oil by making a well in the pan, like we did before. And just drizzle a little bit in there. And then you can move it around and cover it up. What we're going to do is just allow this to sit for a few seconds and then stir again, and allow it to sit for a few seconds and stir for again. We want to brown it and fry that rice a little bit. You You're just going to continue to do that until you reach the doneness that you would like. Make sure you're scraping the bottom, not just grazing over the top of it, because you want to make sure you get all that nice brown parts up. What you want to make sure you do is to stop cooking it before your tomatoes start to fall apart. So when you see they're pretty soft, you got to stop. So I've reached that point. I think my tomatoes are definitely nice and warm. I don't want them to fall apart, so I'm going to make another well. Add just a little bit more oil. I'm going to turn down my heat here to a medium. And since my pan is so hot, I'm just going to go ahead and remove it from the heat. I have 3 eggs in here, and I just whipped them lightly, so they're not like scrambled eggs, just a little light whip. And I'll toss these in here and stir them immediately, just right in the middle of the pan there. I think the temperature is coming down on my pan, so I'll move it back over. So you're just going to stir and scramble these a little bit in your pan, in the well in your pan, until they are almost completely done. And then you're going to stir it all into the rice. Okay, see, these are nearly done. So we are going to go ahead and mix it all together. All right, so this is done and ready to be served. Like I said, it can be served on its own because it's got whole grains, vegetables, and protein. But if you'd like, you can have it as a side dish. Also, if you find that when you cook it, the rice itself is not as brown and fried as you would like, you can cook it longer as long as you just wait to add the tomatoes, because the tomatoes are what you don't want to have fall apart. So just wait and get the rice to the brownness that you want, and then add your tomatoes and then your egg.